Okay. Holy Nation playthrough. We made some adjustments last time. Let me make my head smaller. Something like that. Significantly less obtrusive. On this Dextrose! On this stream, we are playing a brand new character named Oath. Zero skills. We're zeroed right out. I wrote a little backstory for him. He's a Holy Nation convert through and through. Grew up here, raised here. We're going to play him like that. We're going to make his decisions based on that. However, he's not going to be ridiculous, right? He's not going to be fanatical in that way. He's going to be fanatical, but he's going to be fanatical and conniving. You know, smarter than your average bear, smarter than your average inquisitor. Our first stop is going to be Blister Hill. Now, how much money do we have? We have 200 cats. We have the Holy Flame that will sustain us. We don't need first aid or anything. Of course, I'm kidding. We're going to grab at least bandages. It's going to wipe us out. 33 cats. So if you've never tried a Holy Nation playthrough, highly recommend it. If you've never tried solo Ironman, maybe start with something else, but then make your way to this. It's simultaneously an easy way to play the game, but also a difficult way to play the game. If you try and stay true to the whole Holy Nation ethos, then that's going to make the game much more difficult. And that's the goal here. These hungry people, for instance, need some of Okran's sweet, sweet love. However, that's crazy because there's 20 of them, and we're going to let this Inquisitor just deal sweet, sweet justice to them. You know what, though? I might try and get in some blocking here. Oath, that's his name. Named and trained by the High Paladins and the Inquisitors, okay? That's what we're working with here. If you end up curious about some of the decision making that is gonna happen as this game progresses, if it progresses, he could die pretty early. My intent is to play Oath maybe a little aggressively. Don't take him, don't take him! I wanted these flops. Step 1 in your solo Ironman, get flops. And pick up a training weight, if possible. Boop. Make first aid a job. Back to our original objective, head to Blister Hill. Rough first day for Oath. His left arm feels broken. He's carrying a mostly dead homeless guy, and he's got to jog several kilometers. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What do we have here? Wild bull. Lucky. We've got food, we've got leather, we've got animal horn. There's a lot to sell there. That's going to help. If you expected to see big iron, I needed a break. Honestly, skeleton playthroughs, you know, they almost put the game on easy mode. They're so tough to kill. They're so easy and quick to repair. The only hindrance is getting the technology and the money and resources to build skeletal repair beds closer to where you're going to play the game. But that's not a hindrance, really. I don't know. Do we want to try and fight all these hungry people? I think we just want to avoid them. The stealth should fly up here as we approach this gang of hungry bandits. Not really, actually. Surprising. Oh, maybe now. That's kind of one of the things I liked about Universal Wasteland expansion is that if you were sneaking around kind of in any town, really, people got really angry. It was a really cool feature to kind of discourage cheesing the stealth skill. You'll see me auto-saving periodically, and the reason for that is I don't trust Kenshi. I literally tried to stream it at the end of my last stream where I was talking about the interview. after reading the highlight of their company like values that said the game will not crash. I started Kenshi, and not only did Kenshi crash, my stream crashed and my computer blue screened. Why is Oath heading to Blister Hill? Oath is heading to Blister Hill because he heard, alright, that skeletons have been seen north of Blister Hill in the passages leading to Rebirth. Alright, now he's young, he's robust, he's got big dreams. He thinks that he can align himself with the Holy Nation if he can take part in these skirmishes against the skeletons. Maybe take a prisoner. Army appears to be on the move too. Yeah, what do we have? What do we have population set to? Okay, global population multiplier times 3 and squad size multiplier is 2.25. So, playing with those population settings makes more sense if you're playing with a group. I enjoy it for my solo games because it adds a layer of difficulty to the game. You have to pick your fights a little more selectively. We can put down our training weight. This guy seems really... What a showdown. What is even going on here? I don't understand how or why this stare down came about. Maybe he's giving me a hard look because I just left a dead dude at his feet. There's that possibility. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Getting a little crazy here. Sprinting into a store. Imagine the noise on these floors. People wearing wooden flip-flops. Like the Japanese version of clogs. Sell, sell, sell. We'll keep the food. 1,236 cats. Not too shabby. That's 900 cats. I'd rather buy a backpack than... I'd rather buy a... My money is... Kenshi 2 is 2 years off. Easily 2 years off. Dextrose. Kenshi 2 is easily 2 years off. I think his name is Chris Hunt, the game creator. I probably should have looked that up after I did a whole video watching him in an interview. He says it at the beginning. But he pretty clearly stated that he's not interested in early access or kind of player feedback, and kind of in their company core values. I talked about it a little bit, but one of those core values was like gameplay over player, which to me was unique. I know reviews can be pretty ruthless. Dexterous. I wish they did early access like last time. I was just explaining how Kenshi looked in early access to somebody. The map significantly smaller. It was a completely different game. I still think a Kenshi that I could play with a controller that had a camera angle like this would be just unstoppable on the gaming scene. You take this game's mechanics and make it kind of semi-third person. My goodness. I mean, maybe change the fight mechanics to be a little more interactive, but... Who is this guy? Holy Nation Trader. Ooh, a ration? Not a bad thought. Only 1,100. It would wipe me out, but freeing up inventory space is kind of key, especially early game. Is this where we want to go? Maybe? If you're hanging out or catching the stream later, and you had any questions about maybe things I forgot to cover that I said I was going to in the last stream, or just questions about solo Ironman in general, let me know. This is why you shouldn't do interview reviews live. You should probably script them and plan them out, because you miss things. Is that a bone dog? You're kidding me. That's a bone dog. I'm about to get dusted by a bone dog on a bridge. There's no way. Can it catch me? I don't think he's that fast. Is he that fast? His athletics is 14. Start running for a sec. My max speed... Okay, my max possible speed is 16. We can run past the bone dog. Expedition 33, music is peak. That's what I like to hear. I've been thinking about it. Do I think that in Kenshi 2 you'll be able to fight big robots? You know what? I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes because currently the largest creature we have in Kenshi is a Leviathan, and it is monstrous. But with a bigger graphics engine and, you know, Unreal Engine 5 and the fact that it's 1,000 years in the past. Okay. Here we go. This is what we came for. Now, how are we going to lead these enemy robots back to the Holy Nation? I think I'm just going to attack him and make him chase me. Nope, he left immediately. Okay, if I attack several of them. Come on now. Oh, nice. Kind of nice. Nope, not nice. Let me... Fight me. Can I run faster than these guys, though? I feel like they can catch me. Retreat! No way. No. Okay, he's still coming. Is he still coming? Yeah, he's still coming. Oh, retreat. Okay, so my plan here is to run away and lead skeletons into Holy Nation patrols. That's the whole game plan right now. Maybe we slow down a little. Maybe we just jog it out. Oh no, bone dog. Don't do this. Why you gotta mow my lawn, bone dog? Not even gonna put a dent in him. Flashbox. Okay. Big news. Send it, bone dog. I'm not helping. That'd be crazy. Nice. I don't know. This is next level. See, this is why I wish you could tame or catch, like Pokemon. Oh, run away. Now, the real trick is grabbing the robot after the Holy Nation guys take him down. This, to my knowledge, is the fastest way to ally with the Holy Nation, by the way. The idea is that you sprint out, especially if you're willing to put it on like 5 and 10 times speed and pay attention. You can lead a lot of skeletons back in a short amount of time. And then if you turn them into the Holy Nation, you usually get a ton of Holy Nation rep. Usually. Okay, so here's a caravan? A Holy Nation caravan? They should fight this guy. Nobody, right? Never mind. Disregard. Oh. They love skeletons. The Holy Nation caravan people are not of the same mind. I guess they wouldn't be. You know, that kind of makes sense. They're traitors. The Holy Nation while secular and xenophobic, still has to engage with the other cultures of Kenshi, you know, in trade. So that does make a lot of sense. They might have one big robot as a boss type. I think they'll have several large robots. I wonder what obedience looks like, you know, on the Kenshi 2 map. I definitely think that places like Gut and places like the Floodlands are not going to be flooded. I don't think they're going to be filled with water. I don't think they're going to be mostly submerged. What is happening here? Surrender yourself for interrogation? Is he talking to me? There's absolutely no way he's talking to me. You're kidding. I'm here. I'm here. Show the holy flame. Please help me, sir. Please protect me from this skeleton nemesis. Look at the invader. Nothing. Cold as ice. Oh, that's where we'll go. Those guys look like they're fighters. My left arm's falling off. My left leg is bleeding. I'm not really going to be able to run away from this. This is all over for us. This is going to be the third shortest solo Ironman game I've ever had. There's just no way. There we go. Had to bring them back for round 2. They were too focused on trying to apprehend me. What are the odds he gets a shot off? Maybe I should heal. We should heal. No way that Flashbox can take on... Oh, no. No, 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 no. Let me pick up this skeleton. Pick up. Okay. So, bagged our first skeleton. He's rebooting in 47 seconds. I want to loot him. His armor's going to be useful. What? What? Am I healing this guy? No, there's no way. Take his first aid. Take his weapon. Take his armor. And sell this stuff? I mean, 5,000 cats is sweet. So is the jacket, though. But he's going to be more valuable to us as a trophy. And his sword... What skill is the sword here? It's a topper, so it's a katana. Yeah, we're definitely selling the topper. If we're playing a Holy Nation guy, we're going to use hackers pretty well the whole game. I will concede to using a saber if we go anywhere near the Bugmaster. Because that's just insane. Especially with the population at ×3. There's probably close to 1,200 spiders, skin spiders, minimum. In Iraq with these population modifiers. And that's just crazy. Yeah, absolutely. Taking all this leather. Early game solo Ironman is ruthless. You're basically a murder hobo. Who is this guy? Whoa, sweet hat. Bounty 500. He's a drifter. Cool. Divine blessings. Just watch me steal the hat off a unconscious bleeding dude. He's like, good day, friend. These guys don't give a shit. Be cool. Be cool. Hide that limp. One robot. You've captured a heretic of Okran. Hand them over for deliverance. We'll take care of them from here. Okay, hold on. Not yet. Sorry, we still have business to settle. Let's go to squad. Let's go to faction. So right now we're at 15 with the Holy Nation. We're going to see if this does anything at all. Take them, brother. It is my pleasure to serve Okran. Boop. To carry out Okran's will, it is the highest of sacred purposes. The Dark Ones will be purged one by Okran's children. If you find more heretics in the future, bring them to me. Your holy duty is done today. Yes, holy brother. So we got no money. But we did go up 5 reputation points. So again, to my knowledge, this is the fastest way to increase rep with the Holy Nation. We're going to try the next one, accepting money, and see what that does. Maybe it gives 0 rep, but we'll find out. What I do need, actually, is to go sell these leather strips and see if we can get some splints. Oh boy. I really like playing zoomed in, but sometimes the camera angles are brutal. Bakery. Oh, this place will. Traveler Shack, or is this a boot shop? Boot shop. Headgear shop. I might actually, let's swing by the old headgear shop, see what we're working with. If we can get rid of this straw hat, that would be sweet. The thing I like about helmets in Kenshi is they don't have a lot of detractors. I mean, some of them have, like, crossbow negatives, but it's, by and large, they're pretty decent. I like the Zukin. Dust storms and acid. And it's medium armor. Can I sell this thing? Oh, we're rich. 3,800? Lacey, gotta support an Ironman run, even if it's with the holy nerds. My first run ever, I rolled a Gal Greenlander, and I tried to talk to the Phoenix, and he had an incel meltdown and had me killed on the spot. Dang. You know, we're not above reformation of the Holy Nation, okay? But first we have to play it out. Do we go turban, or do we go, now that we're rich, do we go visored helmet? Bucket Zukin? I think we go... I really like this Karuta's. I like the chain hood. I don't know what to tell you. I like the chain hood. Look how sweet we look right now. Except I'm holding my shoulder like a 70-year-old. Like, my traps hurt. My traps do hurt. So we're going to be, that's kind of one of the things I want to address on this playthrough. For context. Policey says, they're a fun faction because of how stupidly zealous they are. Alright, we're gonna tuck into that though. We're gonna get to know this character first, see what he's all about. But then I wanna look up, maybe in the wiki, maybe we'll find it through in-game books. I'm not sure. I haven't made a decision yet on how we're gonna dig up the information, but there's a lot of history on the Holy Nation, and like the xenophobia, the racism, the all that stuff, gnarly. However, how did this society, which is arguably the second or the most, if you think about it, most powerful, second powerful or most powerful culture in Kenshi get to be the way they are? How did that happen? How does that happen? Unless they have overwhelming superiority militarily? Or how does this entire kind of central culture in Kenshi, it's literally in the center of the continent, how does this become, how do they get this way? And we're going to try and dig into that, I think, in this playthrough. Whether I have to dig it up on a wiki and try and pull that up, or we can find it with in-game books, which I think we can. I'd really like to dig into how the Holy Nation got to be how they are, and I'd love discussion on that. We can start now. There's no need to hold back. Drewski, what's up? I'm fairly familiar with the lore, but I'm not sure that everybody who hangs out in the stream or checks out the videos is. And so that's why I'd like to dig it up. And if we can do it in game, that's the way I'd prefer to do it. Healing. It's the worst part of every solo Ironman, thankfully. With Kenshi, you can go up to 20 times game speed. I wouldn't do that for anything except healing in a bed. Especially on a solo Ironman. Okay, we need to go to the store because I did not buy splints. Does the boot shop have splints? What are the odds this guy has splints? Ah, a new buyer. Blessings from the Lord of Light, brother. Stay a while and listen. He does have splints. The little boy that got dismembered by skeletons. Let's start here. Let's read this. The #1 best-selling children's book of today. Little Timmy liked climbing trees and playing hide-and-seek with his friends, but he always skipped on his prayers. Then Timmy met his first skeleton. Title of the book, The Little Boy That Got Dismembered by Skeletons. Glorious Holy Map and Border Zone. Ooh, I do like maps. A Holy Purpose. Okay. We're deep now. We're all in on the lore. I have no idea why the writing is black, by the way. If you think you can't read it, I can barely read it. Writings by an Okranite theologian. What is a man's purpose? A simple question, yet not one easily answered. Is a man's goal to live a life of uncontrolled pleasure? Is a man's goal to build a future for his children? Barbaric philosophies provide only superficial and false insights. A man's purpose is to fulfill the will of Okran, and through Okran, he will achieve many of these things and more. For there will be a day, Okran willing, when our land will no longer be our home as we know it. It will be the enlightened lands, the lands of all, where all the children of Okran will live eternal, happy lives. The cycle of souls being forever broken. No longer will Narco's grasp limit us. We will no longer be bound by our bestial desires. Instead, a man will be free to do whatever one could ever Want. Book title, A Holy Purpose. All right, that doesn't help us at all. Scripture of Radiance, we'll grab this one, knock this one out, and then go bag ourselves another skeleton. Scripture of Radiance, Volume 5. Holy Scripture written by the Holy Lord Phoenix the First. Let us not yearn for pleasures of the flesh, but yearn only for the love of our Creator and the well-being of all mankind. Let us not be tempted by the shadow's lures of sexual misdeeds, orgies, theft, and wrong speech. Let us honor our holy brothers, never harm them, never feel envy or animosity towards them. Let us abstain from intoxication, for the darkness preys on the undisciplined mind. Dang. This whole Holy Nation playthrough is getting pretty heavy. Let's grab a trader's backpack, though. Super beneficial early game. Slows you down, but you can take it off. And if you find stackable goods, that usually means money, and you want to take as many as you can. Next stop, whatever's on the other side of the D in Wind. Ooh. They lost me at abstaining from intoxication as well. I'll be right back. So, as it turns out, my add to the list of things that have stopped working since my last stream, my stream deck is one of them. So that's exciting. I don't even know if people use stream decks anymore. I think this thing is 15 years old. Headed to the other side of the D. All right. So far, skill-wise, trash. However, we have a wealth of knowledge. Scripture of Radiance. Holy Flame. The little boy that got dismembered by a skeleton. A holy purpose. Our character's name is Oath, and he is a holy nation believer. Whoa. Severed right leg. No way. Crossbow? Hello. That's a victory. Oh, wow. You know what else we can do here? We can stack this meat. With that crossbow, serious victory. So is this tiny short cleaver. Money in the bank. You can have my club. Stacked. Now, I don't think we're ever going to use this katana. I should have probably sold it back in town to drop the weight. The only weapon I'm going to use as a proponent of the Holy Nation here is a hacker. If you've ever seen any of my streams, I often talk about how I prefer the hacker. Like, it's the best weapon in the game. It is the most versatile weapon in the game. It's got reasonable bleed damage, high cut damage, so it's good against humans or unarmored opponents. And it absolutely decimates skeletons. Just destroys them. Speaking of... Hello, friends. I'm blending in. Beep, boop, beep. If you're old enough or niche enough to know what Ultima Online is, I got PK'd by a guy a lot on a server called Catskills, and his name was Bad Robot, and every time he killed me, he had a macro where he would say beep boop beep. That's all I can think about when I see robots now in Kenshi. What are we doing? Stalking the enemy. And we're about to get what looks to me to be 2 large pole arms. And a lot more Holy Nation rep. Just act natural. Oh boy, there it is. It's the second extinction. Okay, hey, there's some more knowledge. Skeletons, it's the second. Not the first extinction. Not the extinction. The second extinction. So this paladin is genuinely... is this a paladin? No, he's a sentinel. He is dead. Oh, he's got backup. We're good. We're good. Second extinction. So there's already been 1 extinction. Right? That's what we can derive from that. And for whatever reason, exclusively when they see skeletons, mechanical enemies, that is the signal for the second extinction. Who are the bad guys? Uh-oh. I don't think you've got the stuff, Namtran. What's this guy's name? Jinsei. Jinsei's going down. He's bleeding inside his chest. Oh my gosh, reinforcements! So many skeletons. Not that many holy nationers. Okay, one skeleton down. Going in. We're going in for the goods. Taking that. That sells for a lot. Absolutely taking that. That sells for a ton. Shoddy grade. Shoddy grade. We're not taking that. We already have one. It's not that great. Sneaking. Sneaking. I don't know. Should we take him? Or should we wait? Ah, boy. He's mad. He's really mad. If we just block. We're blocking. We're blocking. I'll survive. I'll survive. The Holy Nation will save me. Because I'm a Holy Nation. I'm a member of the Holy Nation. I'm a Holy Nation citizen. It's in my Charter of Holy Nation rights that the Holy Nation Sentinels will protect me against skeletons and the threat of the second extinction. Everybody knows that. That's why I'm not worried at all, even though he's hit me for 40 damage. I don't have the toughness for this, but I think this is my best chance at this moment. Seriously, how are these skeletons doing? Because these guys don't look like they're doing so great. And the skeletons look like they're doing pretty alright. We have to run. We have to go. That's all there is to it. I'm out. Ah! No! Stop stunning. Stop. Okay. Okay, we're going down. This is the end of a playthrough. He has a katana. How are we gonna take this guy? Hacker? Play dead. How do we play dead? It's not even something you can do. We should have run. Okay, I got this. Focus! Stop bleeding. Maybe we can get a bleed out unconscious. And those arrows go down. Best case scenario. We're dead. What do we think? Odds? Over under? I think we're done. I think this is it. 1 hour. Holy Nation stream. Finito. I'm trying not to look. Nah, he's dead. Dead. Super dead. All the dead. Negative 50, negative 52. No way they heal me. Negative 72. That tum-tum isn't looking too good. Come on. Somebody heal me. I was killed by a skeleton named Pooh Hat. Do you know how much that makes me not like this game? Alright, we're gonna... Where is it? Oath. You know how it is if you're playing solo Ironman. Whoa. Lacey, let's not judge so soon, okay? Let's not judge so hastily. Wow, that's what he would look... Oh, I wish I could have paused that. He looked pretty clean with no mustache, you know? Not that I support that at all. Grow mustaches. We know it needs to be done. Why start at the beginning? If I'm just gonna play the same guy, why start at the beginning? I really want to make this character work. Sometimes I get attached to a character concept and I really want to make it work. I had several soft starts with Sumo Khan, who is one of my favorite playthroughs. That guy was just awesome. Everything about him was just awesome. United Cities start, just great playthrough. Onyx, the Steel Shack. 2 soft starts, died twice early. When you get attached to a character concept, you've got to see it through. It'd be like an unfinished book. And that was not a great ending, right? That's not a great ending for a concept that you really enjoy. Same process, same train of thought. We'll just play it a little more closely. Now, let's see how awful these people are. Come speak with me. Blessings upon you, brother. Welcome home to the hallowed dominion, the lands of light and purity, where you truly belong under the asylum of the Lord Okran. Love and devotion, brother. Brother! If you've never watched it, Google Macho Man Randy Savage and the Hulk Hogan saying brother. It's easy to find danger and lose your path when you journey away from the sanctified cities, my brother. Remember to stay true to your purity and take safety in the holy Lord Phoenix himself. Blessed be his name. The cream rises to the top. Received ration pack. Now please take some food. Know that you are in good hands here. Boop. Why is the Holy Nation awesome? Because he just handed me 553 cats. 1,000 cats. 1,200 cats. We're gonna eat it so it's worth the full value of what you would pay for it. 1,200 cats. That's why the Holy Nation's awesome. Volt swaggin'. It must be a holy day. Reading your name in chat out loud makes it a happy day. Huge squad sizes. This, honestly, if you don't do this, do this. If you haven't tried this in Kenshi, try this in Kenshi. Huge squad sizes. I honestly think that my next character, I've talked about it several times, but we're gonna make the Bast scavenger. It, you know, crank population, crank squad size, and then go scavenge. Pick a side, whether it's Holy Nation or if it's United Cities, just pick a side and be a Bast battlefield scavenger and see how much money you can make and how high you can take a character's skill cap by strictly scavenging in Bast. Because it's a war zone, right? You've got broken houses and cities you could build camps in. You've got the Holy Nation constantly fighting the United Cities, and you've got trader caravans running through there. I think a Bast scavenger would be just a solid playthrough. I don't know what got me onto that, but I really want to play a Bast scavenger now. That's not happening with Oath here, but it will happen in the future. What do we have here? Drifter. Interesting. Okay. Holy Nation Patrol. Led by an Inquisitor. Red armor. Those guys are nasty. If you plan on taking down the Holy Nation in your playthrough, just realize that Inquisitors are a thing, and there's a lot of them. Modern James Hetfield from Metallica. Alright. Mercenaries. If only they would accept 200 cats. Now that's an interesting... There's a thought. Take mercenaries with you and go after skeletons. How hard would that be? Wow. Speaking of hard, I'm pretty sure what we're seeing down there in those damage numbers is skeletons just destroying bandits or something. Or the Holy Nation destroying skeletons. Yes. Okay. Hang tight. We are about to be rich. We got one. Who's this guy? Horse. We got another 3,000 cat weapon. Terrible, terrible armor. This guy's still awake somehow. We'll go up to this guy named Horus. We have Horse and Horus. Foreign Saber, that one sells for 5,200. And we get to take back one of these skeletons. I think this character, this Oath 2.0 is going to be a little bit more situated, perhaps, than Oath 1.0. We're going to pick him up so I can take his sword and sell it. And fill his body with loot. How dead is this robot, actually? Crippled? Crippled doesn't really help. Put him down for a sec. I might just disarm them all and then come back with a backpack. Or find the dead one and load him up with swords. That's the plan. The most recently dead one. Okay, 5,200 cats, 5,200 cats. 60 and 60, 70? We'll take 60 and 60. These are each near 1,000 cats. We're rich. We're rich. No big deal. And I'm gonna grab this guy and load him up with weapons. Can't pick any of them up though. Might not be able to get the topper, the last topper. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we can't grab the last topper. We will pick this guy up though and bring him because he's got 2 weapons worth of money for us. All right. So this start went even just a little better. And now we also get the benefit of, hold on, what just happened over here? This sells for 3,600, this sells for 3,665. This one is only Mark 1, this one, Mark 2! No, stop it. We need to fit this in. Kenshi. Tetris. We got this. Ah. No? Still no. Alright, we ditch one of the repair kits. That's all there is to it. We cannot leave the holy flame behind. Are they always so juiced with loot? Heck yes, brother. Brother! Yeah. Heck yes, they are. The skeletons that you find... Oh, wow. He took it. We are taking the scenic route home. Don't always let Kenshi autopath. It's not usually a great idea. Yeah, the skeletons always carry pretty standard skeleton fare, though, right? Mark 1s, Mark 2s. I would say the best early game loot comes from wandering tech hunters. How strong we're getting. We're in this together. That's just in case you weren't aware. Oh, weapon shop first, weapon shop first, weapon shop first. I don't hate the idea of actually letting this guy learn some decent polearm skill, you know? I don't know. I haven't decided yet. A true Holy Nationer would go all in, right? On True Holy Nationer would go all in on the hacker, obviously. And out of the polearm choice, I think I choose polearm. Plus 50% damage versus animals. And I think I've talked about this. I have no idea what qualifies as an animal. Do spiders qualify as animals, or are they spiders? Do leviathans qualify as animals? Do big things? Who's to say? Oh, whoa. We have the Guiding Light Volume 1. So let's try and read these in order. Let's try and find them in order, and let's try and read them in order. The first in a series of Holy Nation's self-help handbooks. How to tell if your loved ones are skeletons. Perhaps their skin feels cold to the touch. They take a sudden interest in mechanics, make clinking sounds and stop blinking. Or they have sudden knowledge of world history, and they question the word of Okran or lose their appetite. Obscure speech, displaying humor, and joke-making can be a surefire sign of possession. Read on for our proven testing methods and common warning signs. That was good. So hold on, I'm seeing in the chat here, heavy polearm slaps. Slaps! That was in capital letters. Quick math. Cutting damage, 0.86. Blunt damage, 0.44. What's that total? 130? 1.30? Okay. Attack bonus +4, that's a positive. Armor penetration, 30%. Common to all polearms. Damage versus animals, 25%. Animals make up half of our enemy. But we'll call it 1.30 plus 25% versus animals. We're not gonna leave that out. And +4 attack bonus. Great news. Here we have 6-2 and 5-5. Lower numbers slightly. Okay, we have 1. What is that? That's hard. 50 and 50 is 100. 5 and 2 is 7. And 10, 1.17. 1.17 versus 1.30. Is that what I said? So we're only 0.13 difference. However, +6 attack bonus, not to be sneered at. And plus 50% damage versus animals. I argue that the heavy polearm does not slap. Okay? Let me just... No, I mean the heavy polearm slaps, but I think statistically the polearm is better. Makes more sense, slightly. Leaves channel. Boycotts channel. They were both Mark II, by the way. I was comparing apples to apples, not apples to oranges. No way! Scripture of Radiance, Volume 2. Wait, did I read this? Hold on. Bullshit. No, we have... Yeah. A lot of talk about bestiality. We haven't read this one, though. Holy Scripture, written by the Holy Lord Phoenix the First, Scripture of Radiance, Volume 2. In our darkest moments came the brightest light, the Phoenix. Okran had sent us his champion, one that would restore our faith and banish the shadow. Phoenix came with the everlasting sacred flame, the promise that man would once more live free. He saved us from both shackles and bestiality and united as one with the holy bindings. One by one, the dark ones were now slain by the blade of our restored faith. When Narco's minions were subdued and Narco herself banished deep under the earth. And we don't have number 2 handy, unfortunately. We do have the guiding light, the 4th and the 6th in the series, as well as the 5th. But we'll hang back. We'll wait until we get a backpack in a house. Don't worry, I will subject everybody to listening to all of them. We have to take our cash cow out into the street and set him down for a sec. Is he back alive? That would be... Oh, he is. Oh, I can loot him here? Perfect. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Let's just set this down. Boop. Take this off. I guess I could also loot him in the jail. I would absolutely listen to a Kenshi audiobook about the lore. I don't think the wiki does it justice, and I also don't think that the the player group has given it enough thought. Honestly, like enough thought. I think there's a little bit more nuance to the theology, to the story than the wiki and Google AI gives it credit. Come on, I am carrying a robot. Are I not? Are I not? Am I not? I'm actually carrying a skeleton. This dude doesn't care. Do you have any confiscated goods to sell? Sure. Why not? I mean, I'm a sucker for a good Zukin. $5,000. This guy cannot afford the swords. Are we sure that nobody else runs this place? If I put him in a cell, will I gain Holy Nation rep? Let's check. Faction. Holy Nation currently 15. Slap him in a cell. Boop. Squad. Faction. Holy Nation 15! For no reason at all. The Inquisitor did not want that particular skeleton. So hopefully we can solve that problem. Agents of Darkness, Okran, protect us. Oh boy. Oh, they're literally swamp raptors. The divine will of Okran will have all heretics purged in his holy light. Love and devotion to Lord Okran. Bow. Blessings upon you, brother. Oscar. I'm not too fluent in Spanish, but I am certain that that first one says, "Who are you?" A mediocre Kenshi streamer. Let's go sell these weapons. If we can. Ooh, we can sell this. And not that. However, we might be able to if I buy some. Okay, hold on. We have the holy... We have the guiding light 2. We have the guiding light 2. This is the second in a self-help handbook series from the Holy Nation. 101 tips and tricks that skeletons don't want you to know. Did you know that skeletons hate eat? That the ingesting of human food clogs their nuts? That nature's soil fries their circuitry? Don't be outsmarted by a skeleton again with these helpful tips and tricks. Scripture of Radiance Volume 3. We read the first 2 already. Man was created in the human image of Okran, Lord of Light. Woman was created in the image of Narco, Demoness of Darkness. Chill. Be cool. Be cool. Where were we? Seek caution, children of Okran. An impure race is an unholy one. They must be rebirthed to serve the cause of Okran, lest they join the cause of darkness. An unrestrained woman is an idle one. She must be subdued, lest she seduce and tempt the purity of man into the darkness with her. Praise Okran. The Holy Nation is so messed up. Good stuff. Okay, we have 16,000 cats, and we still have gear to sell and armor to buy. Once we buy armor, a lot of our worries go away. Just destroying river raptors over there. It's at moments like these I wish I spoke Spanish. Awesome. Okay, we have a reasonable weapon. Terrible armor. A lot of money. 23,000 cats. We're only on day 2. I'll call that a success. It's also only been a little over an hour. I mean, considering we had a soft start, whew. He wants you to know he supports your content. Gons, super happy you're here as a translator. I really appreciate that. Kenshi is not very valued. I think Kenshi's awesome. I mean, over 1 million copies sold. Over 1 million copies sold. I think it's all right. I think it's valued just about exactly what it needs to be valued at. If you assume that most people buy the game, even we'll say on sale, I would say that the creator of Kenshi has made $20 to $30 million on his game. I think he is doing pretty okay. CW, ever try Star Sector? I love Star Sector. It is one of my favorite games. I was really hoping for better armor here. Really hoping for better armor here. Better than shoddy grade, holy chest plate, shoddy grade everything, actually. 23,000 cats is not a lot of money to work with just yet. So we're going to go see if we can bag ourselves another skeleton. I would call Star Sector Space Kenshi. It's got a lot of similarities. So I completely understand that. I was hooked on Star Sector. And the craziest thing about Star Sector is I feel like the more you know about the game, the worse you get at the game. My first playthrough without knowledge of, you know, the factions, their intentions, anything, just kind of, you know, playing it organically, I feel like I did significantly better than if I had known, and every subsequent playthrough has not been either as satisfying or as fun. Or as successful. Gons, so what's the short to midterm goal on this run? Just roll the life? No, so we're playing a Holy Nation. We're playing a Holy Nation devotee. The short to midterm goal is to ally with the Holy Nation. Once we can ally with the Holy Nation, and I intend to do that by bagging skeletons. But once we can ally with the Holy Nation, I will feel comfortable to take our Holy Nation sort of, you know, believer, our devotee, out into the world, because I'll be able to recruit Holy Nation patrols. So my intent is to get to the point with the Holy Nation where I can recruit their patrols, to ally the Holy Nation in a game and while staying inside the Holy Nation's borders. And then branching out, but only with armies, and probably branching out into war zones. You know, branching out into Bast, into the hub, trying to take on the Holy Nation's enemies with Holy Nation patrols, right? As kind of my backup. Act, you know, play the role of the Inquisitor or the aspiring High Paladin. Whoa, 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 whoa. A lot of bridge skeletons here. What are you guys doing? I'm about to attack all these bridge skeletons. Come on. So, I don't like stutter stepping. That's why I'm not fighting these guys like this. I'm leading them back. Think Aladdin. One step ahead of the hitman. Something like that. Axeman? Oh boy. Oh boy. I die way more often than I know how things work. Heck yeah. Magnus, I know it's a typo, but you said Okran, and that's hilarious. Oh no, they hit me. They hit me a bunch. We're in trouble. Go up the hill! Up the hill! Got him. Heal thyself. I don't have a med kit? We're in trouble, team. Hold on. Sneaking. I know they don't have med kits. Oh my gosh, I'm bleeding inside my chest. Okay, this is a race against the clock. No mercy for thieves. Get away from me, skeleton. Get got. Okay, hold on. Hold the phone. We have a hacker! Mark II. This is the stuff you hope for, right? This is the stuff you hope for. I'm gonna slap that in there, put that on. Oh no, get out of here. Give me your sword. We're gonna put that in there. We're taking that. No, stop it. I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't do this paused, actually. Kill him. Take that. His long cleaver. And we will take that. Sweet. Sweet luck of the luck. Like a mark. What is this? This is day 2. We have a Mark II hacker. That's the weapon skill we want. That's the weapon skill we want as a holy nation. Dude. Let's see what this guy either has a heavy weapon or a hack. It kind of looks like a hacker. It looks like a better one maybe than the one that I have. This guy maybe as well. Mark 1? No, okay, not better. Also doesn't fit, which sucks. That sells for a lot too, though. Mark 3. Day 2, Mark 3 hacker. Awesome. Okay, we're gonna pick him up. Boop. And not bleeding inside my chest enough to care. We are just 4 dots left of the big D. So hopefully we can run back and forth between this point to pick up some skeletons, get their gear. This is going to be a bit of a jog back to Blister Hill with our bounty. Hopefully they take it this time. Give us some faction relation, which would be awesome. And we can come back, grab a couple more skeletons, and head back in. But while he's jogging there, I will be right back. Restricted building. Get out of here. To experience for that. Know exactly where to click on the mini-map. To not do that. What a rookie move. I actually had no idea. It wasn't even a consideration. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. Now, the real concern is that I think my left arm's about to fall off. And then I'll drop this dude. Can't believe that arm, you know? If there was any way that I could get this guy's backpack early, you know, beat him up at night or something. What is LXII? I know XII is 12, but what is LXII? 50, and the X represents 10, and the 63. 63. Okay, so a recent text from the Holy Lord Phoenix 63 himself. So we at least are 63 phoenixes in. Pheni? I don't know what the plural is for phoenix, but pheni sounds pretty funny. In the chat, AirGuy111, yo, what does Ironman mean for Kenshi? Also, love that people are streaming this game. Ironman, it's self-imposed rule set. If he dies, he dies, and you restart. You don't save scum. That's all that means. You don't save before you make a decision, just because it might go badly. Now, that said, we're about to read the Holy Crusade to educate ourselves. Oh, wait, no. Oh, we're paused. We're paused. I wasn't sure. I do need to heal myself, but we're going to read the Holy Crusade first. Disregard, we are going to read the Birth of the Phoenix. A new edition of the Holy Lord Phoenix, the Fourth's verses on he himself. When the darkness befell mankind, our benefactor sent us a guide. He created the Phoenix from his own essence. The Phoenix is not merely a man with a common soul. The Phoenix is an extension of the Lord. His soul is divinely pure. It cannot be corrupt. The Phoenix must always be the one guiding the wavering flames. No other can receive our Creator's instructions. Okay? So it occurs to me that, like, the 1st through 5th Phoenixes were not very philosophical. They were very... Oh boy, not paused anymore. See? This is the kind of viewership we need on this channel. The helping kind. I 100% would have been reading books for days while that arm just exploded off his body. Gons, welcome to the channel. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for saving a playthrough. Speaking of, though, we are about to get kicked out of this store by the security guard. I do want to knock out these books, though. Scripture of Radiance, Volume 3. We've read 1 and 2. Here is 3. Man was created in the human image of Okran, Lord of Light. Woman was... Oh, no, we read this. Rebirth. Yeah. We read this. We read 3. We're on to 4. My bad. The Holy Crusade. So, a recent text from the 63rd Phoenix. We must obey our Creator who gives us purpose, who protects us from the night, to bring forth the day of enlightenment and to enjoy the everlasting golden plains, to fight the second extinction and bring peace to all believers. An impure race must be taken in as one's own brother, taught in the ways of Okran and given a chance of purpose to serve in the crusade, stuffed in the pits of rebirth. Times will come when the corrupted will resist, when the corrupted must be destroyed. When we execute a horned devil, it is not cruelty, it is mercy. We are putting at rest their twisted existence and sending back their souls to the Okran, so that on the day of enlightenment, he will allow them to be reborn as human. This is the will of our Creator. To dishonor our Father is to bring our civilization on the verge of destruction. Now, there's the mention of the second extinction again. Second time we've seen it, right? We had the extinction mentioned first by one of those guards. He ran up. We were fighting a couple skeletons. We have a skeleton on our shoulders right now. He ran up and he said, oh no, it's the second extinction. So I wonder what in the Holy Nation lore we've got, and we'll dig deeper, that talks about the second extinction, tells us what it is, if there is one of those. I think we can guess that it involves skeletons. So if there was this, if there's this supposed to be a second extinction involving skeletons, we can perhaps assume that there was a first extinction involving skeletons, and now maybe we can drag that back to Catlon the Mad, right? His empire, Catlon's empire, the old empire of skeletons, and maybe that's what we're talking about. We're talking about the first extinction is when Catlon maybe first went mad, you know? Where's the... Come on. Come on. Where's the Inquisitor? Let me give you this skeleton. You know, does he need a bounty for me to give him to somebody? Is that maybe what's going on here? I need to ensure that the skeleton I bring has a bounty. Now, I didn't think that was the case. I thought that if you brought a skeleton, they just went gaga, you know? Like, oh, thank you for bringing us a heretic. Give us... It's kind of how it worked out last time. Before he died. I can't put him in a cage. Can I give him to the Lord Phoenix? Let's try that. Take him in here. Skeleton's alive, not dead. Not dead. So he should be worth something. We should... Wow, this is a lot of guards. Let me tell you, getting the May2 hacker from the Lord Phoenix while retaining my relationship with... Is that him? That's him. Let's do it. While retaining my relationship with the Holy Nation is going to be difficult. Everybody looked at me when I spoke to the Lord Phoenix. Let's talk. Can I talk to this dude? This is the Lord Incarnate. You will not approach without summon my brother. And then he went to sleep. That's the protector of the flame. Okay. All right. Disregard. Can't take him to the Phoenix. Air guy. There's no way they need... There's absolutely no way They need a bounty. I just brought one of these guys to justice with no bounty. He might have had a bounty. I have no idea. Oh, he has swords on him, doesn't he? Woo-hoo-hoo. Thought you were getting away from that, did ya? Okay. Let's do this. That's a Mark II. We've got a Mark III. Swoop. We're gonna go sell his Mark II. Never mind, unless the barman has money. And then re-equip our Mark III. And see what we can't do. You know what? I'm willing to bet if I put him down, right, he is gonna do some damage and get himself a bounty fairly instantaneously. Okay. Let's do that. Let's do that. How you doing, my friend? Can I repair you while you're here? No, I can't. I sure can't. And I don't have a repair kit. But you are alive, so good luck. Best of luck, chum. Oh, can I give him a weapon? Too late now. Too late, maybe. No, I can now. I don't have a weapon to give him, and I don't want to give him my weapon. Or do I? I do. Do your worst, friend. Do your worst, friend. Attack! Don't. What are you doing? Come back! Come back! Where's your guard? Where's the shop guard? Oh, yeah. Get yourself a bounty. There's a bounty waiting. Just hit this guy one single time. Chop. Okay. Nope. No, I think he's going to die. He is committing a crime, though. Okay, we got him. We got him. He's ours. Come here, Al. I can't carry anyone with this arm. It's just carry. They disarmed him. I am so sad. All right. Well, at least I didn't lose. Okay. At least I didn't lose my sword. That could have been worse. Stupid weak left arm. Now, do I wait to heal all the way, or do I go back for another skeleton? It's the tough questions that really tear you apart in Kenshi. I think 50-50 on the left arm is plenty. We need to slow down a bit. This is crazy. I'm pretty eager to read more about the Holy Nation here. I think if we spend a lot of time in the Holy Nation, we're gonna find a lot of opportunity. Okay, hold on. We're friends. We're not looting. We are first aiding. Boom. We're gonna save this. We're gonna save this young man, this holy servant. Easy. Save your life. No big deal. Let's find out if healing a member of the Holy Nation gave us any faction relation at all. My hand is... I really need to invert my camera, but you know what I'm trying to say here. It didn't give us any. Waste of first aid. On a real pizza chip. This is skeleton? Looks kinda skeletal to me. Ceres, the skeleton, who apparently also does not require. So that gives us no armor. We're gonna take the pants that give us some armor, but has no bounty. Interesting that skeleton has no bounty. You know, interesting that several of the skeletons we've come across have no bounty. How about this guy? Gurgle, the skeleton. Bountyless. Weapon full, however. Do we want the 11,000 cats or do we want the bounty? Is the real question. I think we want the 11,000 cats. I think that's about how much we'll get for those two weapons. Let's try a store we haven't tried yet. We've been to the mechanic shop. Have we been to the armorer? I think I have. But we'll double check. I want that backpack. Come in, brother. Have a browse. Show me what you got. We have maybe not been to the armorer because I definitely would have purchased something better than what I've got. Okay. Let's swap some weapons here. I kind of want that pole arm. I never, ever, ever use pole arms. There it goes. It's gone. It's gone forever. That flared helmet is also calling my name. High grade medium armor. 3249. What are we working with right now? 5 and 15. Do we have even something better than that? 3249. 10 and 26. 32 and 49. Do we have anything better than a high grade flared tin can? We're doing it. You know it's the worst idea. I know it's the worst idea. You don't have to tell me. You know what else we're doing that's a terrible idea? We're gonna go right ahead and we're gonna grab this standard grade holy chest plate. What's next? What's next? A high grade leather shirt, I think. Top 10 ways to Shanghai your character. If you've never played the card game Shanghai, highly recommend it. Okay, we are beat up. We do have a skeleton, though. Let's see if we can trade this one in. If we can't, it answers our question. They do, in fact, need a bounty. Tin can is the best looking helmet in the game. Stop it. You stop it right now. Where is the Inquisitor at? Where's the man to talk to? So I found this happens. If we can't turn this guy in, I may import the game for the next time we stream this character. Because I feel like it's a bug. If there's, generally speaking, there's an Inquisitor standing behind this table, sure, the town might have been attacked, he might have run out, but they don't, you know, if he's caught up on something somewhere, or generally they're in here. He should be in here, and he should accept any skeleton I give him. If you were here for the earlier part of the stream, you would have seen it. I turned in a skeleton. I don't even know if there was a bounty. I don't think there was a bounty. But regardless, he just said, hey, you brought a heretic of Okran. Congratulations. And I said, yeah, bro, you can have them. And then our relationship improved. If they do need bounties, we'll figure that out. Because it does not seem as though I'm going to have the opportunity to give this guy over to an Inquisitor, I'm just going to toss him in a cage because we are a Holy Nation believer. And now if we go to faction, 15, still at 15. Worse off with the skeletons. However, that brings us to about 2 hours. And that's where we're going to call it this evening. So thanks, everybody, for hanging out. Thanks for taking an interest in this Holy Nation playthrough. Hopefully it goes well. We had a soft start, but this one seems much more promising. 20,000 cats. We have a Mark III long cleaver. We have a high-grade leather shirt. Shit cloth pants. A high-grade tin can, standard holy chestplate, not awful, okay. 10 strength, that's from just carrying dead people around, which is great. 16 athletics. It's not some kind of elite exploitive start, but it's something. We also are very well set up to bag ourselves a couple more skeletons, and hopefully we can find some skeletons with some bounties, and if we can't, we're going to lead them into situations where they do get bounties, which means dragging them closer to patrols, closer to Inquisitors, closer to the town. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out, and I hope to see you back. If we take up this character again, like I said, we're going to keep diving into the history of the Holy Nation, and you know, kind of everything that comes with that. How did they get to be the xenophobic, prejudice group that they are? How is that going to tie into Kenshi 2? Stuff like that. So, anyways, thanks everybody for hanging out, and I hope to see everybody back. Take care. Good night. It's time to go eat chicken fingers and shrimp.